So I came home from work one night to find this in the corner of the kitchen. Mrs. DKF had been off to Ikea looking for wee things to make the house look a bit nicer. She's got not a bad eye. I thought it looked quite good. Looks quite realistic for a plastic plant. And there's another one over here. Maybe not ultra realistic on the camera, but they're quite good. They're really good, in fact. Add to that, I recently picked up some Severums for the big Jewelrio, which may or may not go to town on my real plants, and my brain cells started knocking together, didn't they? Ikea is quite a trek for us. It's not just round the corner by any means, so not easy to get to, but I happened to be up there on Saturday. I had to go up for work, in fact. Since I was there anyway then, I picked up myself a load more of these things. They're only £7 each, so reasonably priced, quite cheap. And immediately started deconstructing them. It's pretty easy, you just got to pull the top off and then the plant can come straight out, just like that. Now, as far as I can tell, there's just it looks like a concrete weight in the bottom that's held into place with a wee screw. Don't need that just now, I might use it later on for something, we'll see. But, as far as I can tell, there's no metal in these plants. They seem to be all plastic. Obviously, I wouldn't want to put metal in the tank for a couple of reasons. One, being injuring the fish, and two, being maybe rusting. But, yeah, seems to be plastic through and through. Looks pretty great as well, doesn't it? You can see where I'm going with this, can't you? I whacked some of this in Jewelrio with the Severums. Didn't spend a lot of time on it, just shoved them in the corner for now. But, I don't know, I could get away with that. I've put a bunch in each corner so far, and although it grates on me, it goes against everything that I've held dear being a planted tank guy for a long, long time. I don't think it looks horrific. I feel like I could maybe get away with it if the Severums do decide real plants are actually salad. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm convincing myself or what, but the other problem I've got is, so plastic comes in different grades, right? We've got food safe grade all the way down to plastic that leaches chemicals and stuff into the water, which obviously I don't want. And I haven't been able to find out which kind of plastic this is. There was no indication of that on the packaging or on the bottom of the pot, the wee sticker that was there. I did reach out to Ikea, which was not easy, by the way, and eventually spoke to a computer who was none the wiser and said I can speak to a real human during office hours. I'm not totally sure whether they will be able to answer that question either. I'll give it a go and I'll put in the description below if I do get a solid answer. But failing that, I looked at all the reviews, 200 odd of them, and there wasn't any that mentioned aquariums. There was one that mentioned a vivarium, but no long-term indication of how that worked out for them. So I guess part of what I'm doing here is asking you guys, has anyone else got an idea of what sort of plastic it might be, whether it would be alright to keep it in the aquarium, or is there any way that I can test it to find out? I'm not entirely sure about that. If you do know a way that I can, then please comment. I'd love to find out for sure. And I guess if you guys know of any good quality, realistic looking fake plants that I might want to look at, drop me a wee idea down below as well. I'm still not completely comfortable with the whole idea, if I'm honest, but I always say don't knock anything till you've tried it at least. So I'm going to give it a go, and this was kind of the first. Well, I wasn't even planning on this actually. It's just because Mrs. DKF has bought them plants and it sparked a wee idea in my brain. So if these are aquarium safe, if we get to the bottom of that, then I've passed on a tip of where you can get some decent looking plants pretty cheap. If not, I will put that in the description down below. If anyone can give me a definitive answer on that as well, we'll know to avoid them. Like I said, there's no metal through them or anything like that. There's no rough edges. I think they're going to be safe enough for the fish. It's just about the grade of plastic that I'm concerned about, and if I, want to keep fake plants ultimately in the end. But like I say, I'm giving it a go. We'll see where it goes, and I'm out. Later, 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 later.